Welcome to the channel, guys. Today I'm starting a brand new series where I'm going to be going to as many lakes on Vancouver Island as possible. Firstly, to show you guys what it looks like, and secondly, and most importantly, to do a bit of fishing and see what we can catch. And today I'm at Thetis Lake, and this one is in Langford, which is in the south of Vancouver Island, and it's very close to Victoria. I have fished at this lake 3 times already last summer. All 3 times caught absolutely nothing. I was basically just using one method of fishing back then, and it probably wasn't the most effective during the summer. So you know, I've been fishing for about a year now. I like to think that I've got a bit better over time. I'm going to be using 2 methods of fishing today. One rod is going to be using power bait fishing off the bottom, and the other rod, I've got a light action rod, which again I'm going to be throwing some rooster tails and some spinners in there and see what we can catch. So yeah, I'm going to throw you on the chesty. Let's get straight into it. So for my bottom fishing setup, I've got the Akuma Alaris rod and reel combo. On my reel, I've got 20-pound braid attached to a egg sinker, a barrel swivel attached to 10-pound fluorocarbon, and I have a tiny single egg hook. And for bait on this one, we're going to be using the garlic scented power bait power eggs. I started off using just the power bait dough, and I was catching fish, you know, like every now and then. I switched to these and I wasn't getting a lot of luck initially, but since I got these garlic scented ones and I'm using this tiny little single egg hook, I'm having a lot of success with these. So this is what we're going to be fishing on our bottom setup today. And for the other setup, I have the Fluger President combo. I've got 10-pound fluorocarbon on my reel all the way down to my spinner here. I do have a barrel swivel just above to prevent line twist, but this is what I've got hooked on it right now. But I'm likely going to change this because I got some new ones from Canadian Tire that I'm eager to try out. So yeah, like I said, I have a single egg hook, so we're only going to need the one, and that is going to float as well. What I was noticing is I was using a bigger hook, and the power bait egg just wasn't floating, so I would have to put, you know, 2 or 3 on there, and that kind of ruins the presentation. Having these hooks basically means that I can just have the single egg on there. It's a better presentation, and it floats. So yeah, let's get this one out in the water. Before I do cast it out, I'm just going to double check that it does indeed float, which it does. Alright, and let's try and get this as far out as we can. And now I'm just going to let that sink. I don't have a rod holder, so I'm just kind of using this big rock. Oh my god, I've got a fish on already. What the hell? No way. I was not ready for that. Oh, I need my net. Oh my god, we got a fish on straight away, boys. Let's go on the power egg. Whoa. Oh, it's a tiny little thing. Oh no, it's not a bad size. Come down this way, buddy. Well, this is kind of treacherous. Up you come, and in the net. Let's go. First one of the day. We're just going to wet our hand a little bit before we handle this trout. Okay, come here, buddy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Relax. That's a pretty good eating size, so I think we're going to keep this guy. Okay, wow, I was not prepared to catch a fish that quick. So this is our first catch of the day. Nice little rainbow trout. And this is a pretty good eating size, so We're actually gonna clean this one now and put it away to cook a bit later. There you go, and now you give it a clean inside, and that's basically what you want it to look like. Everything on the inside has come out. We keep the head on because it's regulation in BC to keep the head on. And there you go. And now we have a nice clean trout, and this is going to be a tasty lunch. Here I have my cooler bag. Keeps my drinks cool for the moment, but now it's going to keep the fish cool instead. There we go. He's in there, nice and happy. I can't believe that just happened. I cast it out and I felt like I felt a little, you know, a little something, some vibration in the rod. But I thought it was the wind because I had some slack, and then yeah, I reeled it in and the tip was going crazy. That is the only downside to using the power bait eggs with the tiny hook. 9 times out of 10, you're always going to gut hook them. So whether you like it or not, you're going to probably have to end up keeping that one. I don't mind that because I wanted to, you know, do a catch and cook today. But you know, if I get one more of those, then I'm probably going to switch to a bigger hook and use the power bait dough, because it's less likely to happen then. Alright, so that was the first fish that we got on the power egg. We managed to keep our bait, so I'm just going to get it straight back out there. Alright, this rod's set up, so I'm just going to leave it here. If I see the tip go in, then I know there's a fish on. Alright, while that's sitting there chilling, let's get the spinner out and see if we can get something on this. Oh, the other rod's going. I just saw the tip going crazy. Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe not. They were just playing with it. Damn it. Oh yeah, look, they've taken it. They've taken the bait. Alright. Yeah, maybe I just need to keep an eye on this rod. They seem to be enjoying these power eggs. Yeah, I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit since they seem to be biting so frequently on the power eggs. I'm just going to fish with the one rod and see how I get on, because I can't really be, you know, using a spinner if this one's going to be bouncing all the time. So yeah, I'm just going to switch to this one. We'll see what we can catch. All right, guys, we are baited up again, and let's get this back out there. They're going crazy for these power eggs. All right, let's get that slack nice and tight. Okay, and now we wait. And if we're waiting, we'll definitely get a little bev on the go. So yeah, like I said at the start of the video, this is going to be like a new series, and each episode is going to be me going to a different lake. I live in the south part of Vancouver Island, near Victoria. I'm already spoiled for choice just down here. So many lake... Oh, was that a knock or was that the wind? I think that's the wind. Let me just double check this. Yeah, we're good, we're tight. As I was saying, yeah, I live in the south part of the island, and I'm already spoilt for choice. The amount of lakes I have just close to me alone, and I know there's hundreds and thousands of lakes all over Vancouver Island, so I figured I'll start in the south and then slowly but surely work my way up island. And yeah, we're just gonna go check them out. I can get some good use out of the drone. I can take some really cool drone shots. And yeah, whoa, 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 whoa. Was that, what the hell was that? Was that the rock, or was that a hard bite? What was that? I don't know what that was, but the rod just shooted down. Oh, we got a fish on. Didn't set the hook. Okay, I've set this rod back up again, but things have started to slow down a little bit, so I think I'm going to get back on the lure and see what we can get over here. Oh, I'm getting a bite. Why does that keep happening? This is typical. It slows down. The moment I look away, the rod starts going. Okay, I've learnt my lesson. I'm not gonna use this rod. I'm just gonna watch this one because they're interested and I need to react. Oh, we're getting a bite, boys. Oh man, didn't set the hook again. Well, this is kind of a blessing because I want to get the spinner out. We'll put this on pause just for a moment. So this lure here is something that I've wanted to try because I've pretty much only stuck with Meps and Panther Martin the whole time I've been fishing. I see Vibrax and they look decent, and I think they're a bit cheaper than the Meps or Panther Martin. I don't really like using treble hooks because things can get a bit messy if you hook a trout and it kind of, you know, hooks them 3 ways through the mouth. It makes it really difficult to get it out if you want to release it. This one came with a single hook. This single hook is probably a bit too big, so I'm going to put a smaller one on there. But, you know, just to see the action and test it out, I will use the treble hook just for now. And let's get this one on the rod. Okay, so I have the Vibrax sonic spinner attached now. Let's see if we catch anything with it. The nice thing is now is I can kind of cast in a, you know, I can work the lake a bit more now that my other rod isn't in the water. So yeah, let's give it a go and try it out. Actually, before we do that, let's check the action in the water. Yeah, that looks pretty sweet. I like it. Alright, nothing so far. Gonna keep trying though. Let's go over in this direction a little bit. Alright, we are just getting nothing, guys. Not even a bite with this lure. Let's try over this direction a bit more. See if we get anything. Alright guys, I think we're just going to switch back to the power bait. At least there I was getting, you know, some bites regularly. With the spinner I'm not really getting anything. Alright, the rod is set back up on the power bait. I need to get some gloves because my hands always get so cold when I'm fishing. If I could just get one more decent sized trout, then I'll probably call it a day fishing here and go and cook them up for lunch, because the weather was supposed to be nice today. It was supposed to be nice and sunny, but it's rained for the last like 30 minutes. You know, I don't think spinners are very good here, so I kind of just have to sit here and watch this rod until something happens. Alright guys, it's slowed down again, and I really haven't learned my lesson again, so I'm going to try again with the with another spinner. This one's a bit of a beast. It's pretty big. It's a size 3 Meps. But you know, I'm gonna throw it out there. I want to target big trout, so I'm hoping that this will catch a big one. So hopefully, as soon as I start fishing this, that will go, because that's happened 3 times already. Wow, that is a huge spinner. Look at that action underwater. This is probably the biggest spinner that I own now. Oh, fish on! Fish on! Let's go! Let's fucking go! Yes, boys! Woohoo! Yes! Let's go! Yes, boys, let's go! Quick, let's get the net. I think that was second cast. Let's go. Oh, yes. Come on. Let's go. Nice rainbow trout, guys. Awesome. Wicked. Away you go, buddy. Wow, I can't believe that second cast on the big Mep spinner. I was clearly using the wrong lure. Well, look, if I'm going to have some success with that, I think I'll reel this one in. So that was on the brand new Mepps Aglia 3. I'm keen to get another one. As long as the next one is a good size, I'm going to keep it, and then I might pack up and go and cook my lunch. I was just about to reel this in, but I think we got a fish on. Yeah, we got a fish on. It doesn't feel like a big guy, and I'm sorry I didn't catch me striking, but I didn't even know that there was a fish on. Whoa! Oh, it's a pretty decent size. Yeah, this one will be a keeper. Oh, it looks like he's hooked right on the lip too. Get over here, buddy. Yeah. Yep, that'll be a keeper. Wow, that's a pretty good size as well. Let's put this guy to sleep. Oh. He'll provide a wonderful meal for us. And there we go, guys. One more beautiful rainbow trout. Now let's go get this guy cleaned up. So as we've done before, if you're ever going to do this, you go in here, go all the way up, which is what I'm going to do now, and then all the guts come out in one go. Then you're left with the bloodline. You can just poke all of that out with your thumb. And there you go, guys. That's how you quickly and easily clean a trout. And in the ice box he goes with his friend. Alright, that is a wrap. I've had enough for today. Managed to catch 3 in total, 2 on the power bait and 1 on the spinner, and I've kept 2. So right now I'm heading back to the car. I'm going to get all of the cooking stuff and then we're going to cook these trout for lunch. Well, I forgot my knife in the car, so I have to use this multi-tool. But at least the knife is very sharp. So we've got the trout here. The way that I like to do these is I just take off the head and the tail, and then I just cook everything whole. I also cut the fins off as well, but you know, it's just the head and the tail and the fins. And then when you cook the whole thing, by the time you go to eat it, the bones just come right off the flesh. It's really nice. So here I'm just gonna take the head off and take the tail off. And yeah, now I just like to take the fins off. Okay, so we got one done. Okay, now I've pretty much got them all prepared. It's time to get the pan on some heat. In here I've just got some butter. Oh no, it's starting to rain a little bit. This is my first time ever doing this, by the way, like not in my home kitchen, so I'm kind of learning as I go along, you know, if this is difficult or if it's gonna even be possible without making a complete mess everywhere. But this is just the first time doing it, and I'm sure things will get a bit better. Okay, so this butter's melting nicely. Let's move this here. Oh man, it's raining. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay these down in the pan. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Just gonna get a little bit of this, this is just salt and pepper. Gonna put a little bit on the top now. Yeah, I also don't know how good those camera angles were earlier. Like I said, this was my first time, you know, doing this kind of video with the GoPro mounted on my chest. I don't know how often I was just kind of pointing it at the floor, or like if it wasn't facing, you know, what I wanted it to face. But I'm sure by the time I've edited this and watched it back and everything like that, I'll find things that I want to improve and do it better on the next one. So the videos are only going to get better as they go on. All right, let's give these a little flip and see how they look. Oh yeah. These are looking good. Get a little bit more of the salt and pepper on the top here. Oh, that was a bit too much salt. Oh well. Oh, this is nice. The rain's stopped now, the sun's come out. This is perfect. Another thing that I find weird, because I've just started doing this as well, obviously doing this all out in public as well, like there's obviously like a lot of people around, and I can definitely see that like a lot of people are looking and seeing what I'm doing. Like even earlier when I was walking around with the GoPro and everything, that's just something that I'm going to have to get over, just be like doing this kind of stuff, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. Give these another flip here. I think we're almost there. Alright, I think these are done. Smells so good. Alright, I think all in all that was a pretty successful fishing session here at Thetis Lake. Let's go in for the first bite. Look at that, guys. Cheers. That is good. This is why I like cooking it this way, because you can kind of eat the top off, and then once you eat the top, all of the bones come out in one go and you're just left with the flesh. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed the first episode of the series. The GoPro died, I had to resort to the 360. There were some moments where I was pointing the camera at the floor, but you know, like I said, it's the first episode of many, and these are only going to get better. So this was Thetis Lake in Langford in southern Vancouver Island, and yeah, stay tuned for the next one because there's a lot of lakes around near me, and when I go to all of those I'll start heading up island, which I haven't been before, so super excited for that. Peace out guys.